Computer. All right, you guys. Hey, this is Christina, and welcome to a new coach training call. So some of you have been coaches for a few months, some of you a few weeks, some of you a few days, some of you joined like yesterday. So welcome to each and every single one of you. Just to give you a little bit of background, because some of you are not my personally sponsored coach, right? Some of you are sponsored by maybe a coach I brought into the team or so on and so forth. So let me just introduce myself just a little bit before kind of getting into the meat of this call, which is basically an introduction to your coaching business. Now, some of you have already started that. Some of you are kind of hesitant on where to even begin, and I hope that by the end of tonight, you have that courage to take that step forward and to continue taking that step forward for some of you that have already kind of gotten started. So I've been a coach for 8 years. My anniversary is in August. So a little over 8 years ago, my sister asked me whether I wanted to join for the discount because I needed a solution for my health and fitness. So I'm an awesome little sister. So if you guys know my sister Becky, she's my upline coach, and we started growing this business shortly after I kind of came on for the discount. At first, didn't really want to do the business because I was a practicing attorney and loved my career and was really, really, really focused on that, plus staying sane with 2 little ones at home. But I fell in love with Beachbody. I won't get into all the details because there's so many calls out there that you guys can refer back to, and maybe you've dug into some of my YouTube channel on trainings, and Diesel Nation Academy also has some background on us. But shortly after I became a discount coach, I attended an event called Super Saturday. And so before I even go past that, I want everybody to understand that right now is a great opportunity for you guys that are new to the business, because Super Saturday is literally like 3 or 4 weeks away. So whether you're in South Florida, whether you're in Kansas, whether you're in Texas, get to an event. And in our back office, you can go to the events tab and you could search for an event in your area. I know for some of you it might be scary because you might have to go alone because you don't know anyone personally in your area that is a coach. Here's the thing. We did that too. We walked into this event and we were like, what is going on here? But we took the step. And that event was the event that literally changed the trajectory of my life, because it was then that I felt Beachbody in a way completely different than I had experienced. When you get that one-on-one in-person feeling of that conversation with a coach or hearing that success story, it really does change a whole lot about your perspective on what you've joined already. So if I can encourage you guys to take that step, grab your best friend, grab your sister like my sister did to me, grab your spouse, and register for your nearest Super Saturday and get there. And especially in January, because January is always the most important event all year, because that's the event that they announced the Success Club trip. That's when they announced the top 10 trip. They announced everything in January. And so you want to go, you want to feel that, and you want to get energized for, the business that you've started, that you've joined. And if you get lucky and you're kind of in a big metropolitan area, you might have a super trainer at one of your events. So for instance, in Miami, we're getting Jericho McMatthews, who's one of the co-creators of Core to Force, at our Miami event. And I know Sean T is going to be traveling, and so on and so forth. So get to Super Saturday, write that down. So I went to that event and I decided to start working my business. And it was really a decision that I made to stop playing small, right? To just get out there and share the stuff that I had already fallen in love with, right? Shakeology was what I started my business with because I needed a solution for my nutrition and my habits. And because I had a baby at home and wasn't sleeping that well, I knew that I could at least take that one step forward with my nutrition before starting the workout. So I fell in love with Shakeology and really launched my business with just sharing that and my passion for that product, which to me is really our bread and butter. I don't believe you have to be an expert in knowing everything about Shakeology, but you need to kind of develop that love and appreciation for what it is. And then now we have so much other stuff with the performance line and the beach bars. Like, our product line is really expanding in such a great way. And so I tell you that because when I started my business, I basically sold one thing, and that was Shakeology. And so now I want you guys to appreciate all the really exciting things that not only we have, including all these crazy fitness launches that we've had, but also our expanding nutritional line, which is something that as a new coach, while you might not have experience with it, it's something that you want to start dabbling with, because there's so many different things that you can help people with. You know, we do have the fitness, we do have the nutrition, we have 2B mindset, we have all these different things that if you become versed in them, not an expert, but versed in them, imagine all the different kinds of people that you can help moving forward. So anyway, I just threw myself into my business, and within 4 years, I was able to walk away from the practice of law. I've been doing coaching now full-time since 2014. It's been an absolute blessing in my life. I love it. I'm very passionate about it. If you joined me, you know that I bleed Beachbody Blue, because I not only love the company and I love our mission, but I love helping and seeing people work towards their potential and work towards a purpose that makes them feel alive and makes them feel connected to something different and powerful, because that's what it did for me, right? I always thought in my head that, and please, by all means, I'm not telling everyone that they're going to retire from their job, nor should you want to. If you want to stay in your job, good for you. If you want to retire, good for you. But coaching allowed me to see my life through a different lens than I had ever imagined. And I was one where I was so focused on my career to the detriment of really the important things in my life, which is my family, my husband, my kids. And because of personal development, which we'll talk about tonight, because of just focusing on your health and fitness and meeting awesome people like you guys, like, your life starts to begin to change. You begin to change. You begin to evolve almost into someone that has a zest for living and for entrepreneurship and for connection and relationships. That this business really introduced me to that, and it really did change everything. And so while there is a great financial opportunity to this business, there's so much more to it. And I want you guys to have that full experience where you love health and fitness, you love eating healthy, you love feeling great, you love personal growth and what that does for you and for your life and for your family's life, and you love making money. Like, raise your hand if you want all those things, right? Like, I want all those things, so I want that for you. But you know, it takes work, and I'm gonna start this call by saying it takes work, and any business takes work. So don't confuse the fact that you see these awesome success stories. Don't confuse that with easy. The business is simple, but it's not easy. It does take work, just like anything. It takes a lot of learning of skills. It takes personal growth and change and evolving in order to reach every level of financial success that you want to reach, right? You don't wake up being a millionaire. It's not going to happen. It does take time. One of my coach friends the other day said that this is a crock pot business, and I thought that it was such a great analogy. Sure, some of you came out the gate and you were able to, let's say, hit Success Hub in your first month, second month, third month. But guess what? Every coach hits a wall at some point, and in order to get past that wall, you need to have that personal growth breakthrough, right? So you have to evolve, you change and learn new skills in order to keep busting through those moments where this business will test you, right? Because that's what it does. It will test you. Like, Are you going to push through, or are you going to turn around and give up? And so I'm telling you that all of that will happen to you. Every day, you're going to have to fight through. You're going to have to push through, and you're going to have to grow through all the trials and tribulations of building a business. But I'm here to tell you that it is so worth it, because everything that you get in return from this is beautiful, right? Everything from the financial success, from the personal success, from your health and fitness, right? So keep going. You got to keep going. So I'm going to start with a few truths about the business that I need everybody to grasp, to understand, to digest, to write down, so that you never forget these things. The first one, and the most important thing, is you need to get results. And I've become so passionate about this. You need to get results. And I'm not saying you need to have a six-pack. I'm not saying that you have to look a certain way. I'm not saying that you have to have lost a certain amount of pounds or even inches. It's none of that. It's you need results. You need to be able to show that what we do works. And sometimes that's an emotional change. That's a not even a physical change, but you need to be able to articulate that you got results. And if it's physical, awesome, that too. But guess what? The change that needs to occur has to be one where you can create an emotional connection to it in order to get your customers to feel that they can do this too. Does that make sense? It's not only about pounds and inches and the before and after picture. While that is great, and I think that's amazing if you do that, because I'm going to ask every single one of you, whether you're going to do Transform 20 or you're doing Lift 4 or you're doing the 21-day fix, I don't care. Start and finish a program, get results, and be able to share that with your audience, with your social media, with your friends, with your family. Because number one, right, our business is based on building trust. And that is absolutely key. It's how quickly you can build trust. And there's a great book called The Speed of Trust by, I think it's Franklin Covey or Stephen Covey, where he talks about that trust is the end all, and everything when it comes to business and relationships, right? If your audience sees you showing up every single day, getting results, changing, evolving, that is what it will build trust with them, for them to reach out, or for when you to reach out, they're more receptive. If, and this is all based on experience, you guys, if, and we're all human, and I'm not saying that I haven't had my moments, you all know my moments, because I share all my moments with everybody. But if you constantly are falling off the wagon and getting back on the wagon, starting your business and stopping your business, losing weight, then gaining weight constantly, and making excuses for yourself, guess what you're doing? You are constantly breaking trust with the people you want to join you, right? So in good times and in bad times, you keep forging through. And in fact, this is key as well, so you might want to write this down. It is in those moments of hardship, whether in your fitness journey or in your business journey, it is in, listen to this very carefully, you guys, this is critical to having the right mindset to growing a big business. It is in those moments of hardship in your fitness and in your business that your business grows if you keep going. Why? Because you will have the testimony, you will have the ability to share how this changed your life in those moments. So when your audience, when your friends, when those you want to join you are going through those moments too, and you have a testimony or a story to share on how that program, Transform 20, how Autumn 80-Day Obsession, how focusing on your nutrition, how your coaching team, how your coach helped you get through it, that's when people start to understand the power of what we do. Does that make sense, you guys? Right? So you go through it. You go through it. You do not stop, even when it gets hard. And when there's 20-minute workouts, there should be no excuse. We keep going, and we teach and we encourage people how to go through it as well. Yes? Okay, yes. Number 2 is understand that everyone has a different coaching story. As a new coach, I know it's so easy to see, myself post up our Success Club leaderboard and see someone like Monica, right, who's been a coach for 7 years with 14 Success Club points, 26 Success Club points, and you're looking at her and you start to play the C game. What's the C game? Comparison. Comparing yourself to other people who are on a different journey, who have are on a different timetable, who have everything different than you, will steal your joy, will rob you from future success, will do nothing for you. Does that make, so don't compare yourself to absolutely anybody. We all have different stories. Some of you will come in and hit Success Club. Some of you will come in and sponsor 3 and 4 and 5 coaches. Some of you, it might take more time, and that's okay. Now, because I'm going to say number 3 is you will only guarantee your failure by quitting. And it is those people that keep pushing through and learning and growing and seeing the lessons and everything that they're experiencing through their coaching business as an opportunity to grow and get better. Those are the ones that eventually have the breakthrough. And I'm looking at some of the coaches on my team, like Suzette Solaris, right? She has been a coach on her team. She's a Success Club All-Star legend. And she got to a point where she had a breakthrough in her business. And once, and this is key, I mean, anybody that's been a coach for a long time that has, Success Club and recruiting as something that they do every single month knows that you get to a point in your business where you just know how to do it. Wouldn't that be freaking awesome to get to a point in your business where you just know how to hit Success Club and you just know how to sponsor coaches? Like, raise your hand if that's something that you want to be able to do. Okay, so you won't ever get there if you quit or if you stop, right? So take that out of the equation, and you have to learn. And I tell this to all my coaches. Every day I learn something new, and I've been a coach for 8 years. So you can't come in and say, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. No, every day you're going to learn something new. And the best tool for learning this business is experience and having conversations and even making mistakes and dealing with objections on a real basis and talking to people and doing all that stuff. So you just have to do it in order to learn it. Let's see where I'm at. Number 4, this business has to be grown intentionally. It does not grow by itself. Just because you signed up doesn't mean that people just come to you, right? Because you don't have tattooed on your forehead, coach. Just because you put up one post up on social media and nobody messaged you or nobody asked you questions doesn't mean you're a failure. You just have to realize that this business is about intentionality. It's about intentionally having conversations. It's about intentionally posting on social media. It's about intentionally inviting. It's about intentionally showing up every day to your workouts. And it's all about intentionally learning how to get more people into your audience. Okay, so it does not grow by itself. Okay, I think that's it. Those are my truths about coaching, right? It's simple. And really the message is you got to keep going in order to reap the benefits of this business. And there are so many benefits. So let's talk about what I would do if I was a new coach starting my business right now. Number 1, and I've already kind of touched on this, but I really want to stress it one more time. I would commit wholeheartedly to my fitness program. So use the chat, you guys. Tell me, what program are you guys committing for January? Like, what's your program for January? Is it Transform 20? Is it 80 Day Obsession? Transform 20, Lift 4, awesome. Transform 20. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So a lot of us are going to be doing Transform 20. Lift 4 is still a very popular program. 80-day obsession is still great. Awesome, you guys. So here's the thing. Don't dip your toes in the water, and don't use the word try, right? When you're posting about social media about doing Transform 20, don't use the word try. Why? Because you're giving yourself an out. Say, I'm going to crush it. I'm going to do Transform 20. I'm going to follow that nutrition plan. I'm going to get results with this program. Because all of you guys, yes, Elizabeth, 2B Mindset, absolutely, right? Do it. You got to do it, because what you're doing is setting up your business for success, right? And it's not only about the business, right? You want to get results for you, because that's why you signed up. So many of you signed up because you want to get healthy and you want to lose weight. And I want you to do that. And that is your number one priority in your business. Is that a deal that we have? That you guys are going to come in and crush this program? And most of you are probably already starting, to prepare for Transform 20 or for Lift 4. But that is absolutely critical. One of our guiding principles is be proof the products work. And that's not just lip service. When you get results and are able to sustain your results and are able to have that emotional connection to this journey, that's what's going to build your business. So all the stuff, right? Learning the ins and outs of the business, all of that will come to you. All of it will come to you if you get results and get that passion behind what we do, right? Because that passion is what is going to connect with people. All right. So we have a deal. That's your number one priority. The second thing is figuring out why you are here. And this one is a little bit more complicated, and some of you haven't heard this term before, but I want to talk about it because I do think that those coaches that understand why they signed up go a long way in their business. So your why is basically that deep, really emotional reason why you've decided to join this coaching team or even maybe start your program despite being busy, despite having a 9-to-5, despite a lot of you having children, despite all of that. Like, what drew you here? Because there was probably a really powerful reason too. Now, the knee-jerk reaction for most people, and it's okay, a lot of people say this when they sign up as coaches, is, I want to help people, right? Who thinks that that's their why right now? I just want to help people. That sounds great, right? And that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, but that's not why. That's not your why. Because we help people on a daily basis. That's just our nature, right? And if you're here, you are a cut above the rest. You want health, you want fitness, you want to grow personally, you want to grow a business, right? You're cut from a different mold, and we help people. That's just who we are. And guess what? That's our job. Our job as coaches is to help people. That's not why you're here, though. So I'll just tell you my story a little bit. Like, my why has evolved. But I think it's everybody that wants to do this has to kind of sit and reflect and figure this out for themselves. And there's books like this one that I love. It's called Find Your Why, and maybe read it with a partner and do the exercises in it. But it's by Simon Sinek, by the way, if you guys want to dig that up. But, when I started coaching, my why was, when I was a, quote unquote discount coach, really was, I just wanted to feel good. I wanted to wear a bikini again. It was kind of selfish. It was kind of superficial, but that's okay. But it drove me. It literally drove me, waking up at 4:30 in the morning, like, get in the bikini, right? Like, that's what I want. I didn't want money. I didn't care about that. I was an attorney. I was focused on my career. It wasn't about anything other than get yourself feeling good again and start working towards breaking all the really bad habits that I had. But then when I started my business, I'll never forget, right? It started really small, and $25 here and $30 here and $40 here. But I remember this one particular day where we get paid on Thursdays, if maybe you received the check already, but we get paid on Thursdays. And my paycheck used to go into our regular banking account, right? Our checking account, which I don't recommend. If you're serious about building this business, open up a separate account for it so you can see your paychecks growing. Anyway, I digress. So it was a Thursday, and I remember my paycheck being like $220 or something like that. And I'm like, whoa, like what is that? Like that's a whole lot more than I was getting before. And that week in particular, I got to pay, and some of you have heard this story before, but it really was one of those defining moments for me. I got to pay more than the minimum payment to our credit cards. So at the time, I had my law school loans, $80,000, $40,000 worth of credit card debt in a home that we were losing, right? Because we bought our home at the height right before the markets crashed. We couldn't afford it. I know a lot of you have a story like this. And that week, this side gig, this thing I was doing on the side, on my free time, in the bathroom, on the way to work, at night, whenever I could, helped me pay more than the minimum payment that on my credit card. And that set a fire in my soul that I'll never forget. And I just said, I'm going after this. I want more. And it brought up these emotions in me about money that I never really thought that I had, where instances where my dad had to, when I was pregnant with Marley, overheard me tell my husband that we didn't have money in our bank account to go to dinner with them, and having him hear me and then say, don't worry, I'll pay, and how profound that affected me at the moment. And it was that day that I was able to pay more ourselves to our minimum payment, that I saw ourselves break free from the financial burdens that we had caused. I don't blame anyone for what happened to us, but I saw this thing as being the catalyst to getting out of that. And my why became financial freedom, and go after it. And why not go balls to the wall? And why not evolve? And why not change? And why not talk to more people? And why not sponsor more coaches? And why not? And why not? And why not me? Until we were able to get rid of all of our debt, our mortgage, everything, you guys, because of Beachbody, right? And then there was the moment when DJ was diagnosed with autism, and I can go into that. But you guys, there has to be something that wakes your ass up in the morning and says, I'm doing this. And I don't care if I'm sick. I don't care if I'm sad today. I don't care if I don't feel like it. My why is pulling me to do this. This is a volunteer gig, right? You guys signed up, and nobody put a gun to your head. Well, I hope not, right? To sign up. Nobody can keep you here, right? I mean, I can encourage you to stay, and I want you to stay, and I want you to be successful, and I want you to get healthy, and I want you to get fit, and I want you to make money, and I want all of that for you, for each and every single one of you. But I can't force that on you. I cannot make you do that. You have to. And when you have a strong why, it'll cause you to get up. It will cause you to keep working. It will cause you to fight through all the hard stuff, right? So that's why I want you guys to take the time. It's a perfect time of the year to do this, to sit alone, to think about it. What was that moment in your life? What is it that caused you to be here? And what's going to wake you up and keep pushing forward? And remember that it can change, and it can absolutely evolve for you. The third thing I want to talk about is being an active participant on our team. So, we've been in existence, our team, Diesel Nation, which started off as another name. And like 2 years later, I'm like, Becky, we think we kind of need to change the name of our team. Diesel Nation, it's a big team, right? I think we're like 12,000. That number fluctuates all the time. Our goal is to get to 15 this year, and to keep growing, and to have more, $50,000 earners, more six-figure earners, more elite coaches, all that great and beautiful stuff, right? Like those are all things that are amazing. But you have to have that vision for yourself and understand that it's okay to understand that you are part of this, right? That whether you've just signed up or you've been around for 2 months or a year or 10 or 8 years, well, not 10 years, but 8 years, that you now are part of this family, this community, right? And you might not know me, and we might not have been able to shake hands yet, but I hope that one day we will, whether it's at Summit or at another event. But you're part of our community, so participate in it, right? On our team pages, when we have trainings, when we do things, participate, because those coaches I have found that are active team participants that cheer on another coach when they hit a goal, they hit successful, they sell a challenge pack, they sell whatever it is, I don't care. They rank advance to emeralds, and we all cheer and we celebrate and we get to know each other. They're the ones that feel that connection to keep going. And heck, when times get hard, like I'm looking at some coaches on our team right now that are on this, that time has gotten hard for them and they've been able to lean in to this community to get through it, right? So be an active participant on the team. We're always coming up with fun things to do, whether, some of you were able to participate in it, some of you came in during it and after it, the Diesel Nation Olympics, like we just do fun things to make the business saucy and spicy and fun for everybody. So participate when we do things like that. Participate when we have team calls, right? We're going to now go into hiatus because of the holidays, but come January, we start our team calls again. We're going to have our New Year's kickoff bash that we do every single year. That's a lot of fun, where we announce like the team's motto for the year and what our focus is going to be and our mission and our vision. And so come on, right? Like come on and participate. Get to events. If you're brand new, try to get that ticket to Summit. If not, purchase it, because it's so worth it to get to Summit. It's in Indianapolis. It's so much fun. So anyway, be an active participant. And then the last thing I want to talk about, and we can then open it up maybe to some questions, is I'll get into tools and then questions. The last thing is set goals. So let's talk about what are the first goals of a brand new coach. Well, one of the things that I want everyone to do is to help someone in their first week, whether it's with a challenge pack or a subscription or a 3-day refresh, I don't care. But getting that confidence to talk to someone and to have them actually make the purchase, right? Where you get used to using Share a Cart, you share the cart, you have that communication, they make a purchase. I want you to score that win, because that is a confidence builder, right? I don't care what it is, and we want to celebrate it. So if that happens, let me know, or let your coach know, so that we can celebrate that first win. That's super important. But goals have to be written down, and they have to be, remember what we said, intentional. Success Club is always a very important goal. Why? Because it quantifies the notion that you are building your business, that you every month are bringing in new customers and new coaches into your business. So I do celebrate Success Club a lot, because it really does make the ball move in your business. Because as many people as you can help, that gives you opportunity to sponsor coaches onto your team, right? And so this business kind of has those two tracks: customers, results, challenge groups, and then converting those customers into coaches who maybe they just want the discount, and that's cool, but maybe they want more too, and then you duplicate, right? So, I was trying to read what Suzette said, but goals, Success Club has to be one of those goals. And if you're a brand new coach and you hit Success Club in your first 3 months of coaching, you get that ticket to Summit, right? And you get a bunch of other stuff too. Now we get the prizes and all that fun stuff. But man, that ticket to Summit is something to work for. So don't right now convince yourself, number one, that you can't do it, because you can. It's all mindset. Number two, that you don't even know if you're going to Summit. Who cares? You figure that out later. Just get the damn ticket to Summit, right? Like, that's what I recommend for everyone coming in. And then the second goal is, let's get to Emerald. Emerald means that you've sponsored 2 coaches into your business. Now, I have a call that I have done before that I can share with you on how to do that, right? So I'm not going to go over all of that, but I can share that with you guys. I'll post it into the TTT page if you guys want to see that. But it's really simple, right? Getting to Emerald is just one of those checklist goals. Okay, did that. And that builds confidence in continuing to add coaches to your team, right? Because the goal and the way you get to those incomes that you hear that you're like, what the F is, like, how did that person do that? It's because they got good at sponsoring coaches and they got good at duplicating what they do, right? Hitting success of sponsoring coaches. So it's not rocket science. And then the last thing so those are the 2 goals that we want to talk about early on, Success Hub and getting to Emerald. And then a lot of times coaches will tend to convince themselves before they've done anything that this is hard. When you have that mindset, guess what? You make it hard. You really do. And you start to block everything. You block learning. You block experience. You block conversations. You block social media when you haven't even given yourself a chance to succeed at anything, right? Remember what I said, this business is not easy, but it is simple, right? You are a human being, and let's not forget that, right? Human beings, what do we do? What are we good at? Having conversations with people. Having conversations with people that we love and suggesting things that we love to other people. Raise your hand if you have ever suggested that to your friend or to your mom or to your dad or to your brother, to anyone, to eat at a certain restaurant that you love. Raise your hand. All the time, right? I suggest Cancun Grill to everybody because everybody sees me there all the time, right? I love Mexican food. So this is no different. If you love Shakeology, if you love the fitness programs and you care about other people, then just have a conversation. Like, I started this thing and I feel so good. And why don't you join me in my first challenge group, right? So just be human. Don't be a robot. You don't have to memorize things, right? Like, you don't have to have a script. Just talk to people and say, you can do this too. And there's a super cool new program and it looks really hard. And I think I need to do it with someone else. You know what I mean? Like, just talk to people as if they were your best friend or your sister or your brother, and just be human and just care and set goals and hit Emerald and keep going. Are we clear? Yes? Okay, so some tools that you guys have at your disposal that hopefully you've already started going through, and then some things that are coming in the pipeline. So we created Diesel Nation Academy, www.dieselnationacademy.com last year. And it's crazy, but the business moves so fast that there's going to be some updates done to it really soon. But that is your tool. The moment that you became a coach on Diesel Nation, which is our team, probably should have said that at the beginning, is that you get anything that I create, anything that my sister creates, anything that anyone creates on our team, really, we share it, right? Diesel Nation Academy is one of those things. And it's a full website that walks you through some of the experiences, the lessons, the tools, the skills that you need to start your business. Hopefully it's helpful to you. The moment that you begin sponsoring coaches, share Diesel Nation Academy with your new coaches, right? It's not just for my coaches, it's for everybody. So make sure that you're setting up your new coaches for success. Now you might be saying, well, I'm a new coach. How do I do that? Just duplicate. Just duplicate the steps that your coach took with you or that I took with you to your new coaches on the team. So we have something coming in January that we're going to start uploading it into Diesel Nation Academy as soon as it becomes available. Beachbody itself has created a new coach training system that is phenomenal. Like, it's phenomenal. So come January, my plan is to take all of you guys that are newer into the business through that program through it has a tracker, it has all this stuff, so that then when you bring in new coaches, you have the confidence to walk them through that program as well. Does that sound good? That's going to start in January. I think they're going to be announcing it at Super Saturday, and then they'll give us access to it. It has these short videos from top coaches. I mean, just great training. And then we'll do some fun stuff like, push to diamond groups and things like that throughout the year to really jazz things up and get our businesses moving in the right direction. Okay, I think I'm done talking. Hopefully this was helpful. Was it helpful? Anybody? Okay, the business begins and ends with you. It's about action. It's about consistency. If you are my PS coach, right? If I brought you into the business, if you don't have my cell phone, I need to give that to you because, and I hope this is true, and I know it's true for all my PS coaches that have brought in coaches, right? So I see some of you on this call that we're fully invested in helping you be successful, right? Like this isn't a walk in and then, dump, oh, you just figure this out. No. This is a team. This is, we help each other grow. This is, we don't baby and we don't handhold all the time. We like Suzette said the other day, I FAQ'd her the other day. I FAQ'd her the other day, right? I didn't say a bad word. I said FAQ, right? So there'll be times where I'm going to FAQ you. I'm going to be like, did you check the FAQs before you ask me? You know what I mean? Because we need to grow, and you need also freedom, right? You need freedom when, you're busy at work or you've got the kids and you can't be everybody's FAQ. That's available to everyone. So yes, I FAQ'd you. So, this really, it's about you making a decision. Number one, focusing on yourself and your results. And then number two, I don't know who's, there's somebody unmuted, but it's okay. It's about you making that decision to set goals and to execute on goals and to stand up when you get knocked down and you keep forging through. All right. So now with 5 minutes, does anybody have any burning questions? There's a lot. We can talk about challenge groups. I know Megan asked me that today. Challenge groups is one of those things where you kind of got to keep doing them to get the hang of them, and maybe even team up with someone to do it. And if you're my PS, or I don't even care, like if you have some Transform 20 customers that you need a home for them because you want them to feel part of the community, we got you, right? Like we'll add you to the Challenge Tracker app and get you situated. Of course, you don't dump customers into groups. We have to work together to help them. But let's do that, right? The last thing I want you to do is feel lost when it comes to running a challenge group. Trust me on this. Some are great. Some are going to fall flat. It really all depends on the chemistry of the people together. And so the more people we have together, the more successful they'll be. Okay, any questions? Jeez, if there's no questions, I did my job. I answered everything. You guys know everything. So all of you will be 15-star diamond by the end of the year, correct? Yes? Okay, good. That's awesome. Crickets. I know some, it's okay. All right, if you have questions for me afterwards, you can ask them afterwards. But you guys, it's been an honor being on this call today. I hope it was helpful to you. Remember, the decision really rests on your shoulders. Take action. This week is the week where you post a lot of transformations. Okay, that's not in the. Okay, we'll talk about that. You got to post a lot of transformations this week. Because while people might not jump in because they're so busy with Christmas, next week the game changes because they're like, oh, the new year is right around the corner and I need something to do in the new year, right? Am I right, veterans? Like it just changes after Christmas. All right, so the question is the objection of not in the budget. Okay, so this is a loaded question and probably I can talk 3 hours about the objection of money. But you have to ask yourself a few questions before I even talk about the actual objection. Number one is, do you show value in what we do? if you are just talking facts, inches, weights, Shaun T, Step, Transform 20, Shakeology has 70 ingredients, then guess what? Your customers are like, because human nature is to back up or reject, I guess is the best word, anything that makes us uncomfortable, right? Or is out of the ordinary. So ask yourself, what value am I sharing both in social media and with my conversations with people where there's more of this why you do this as opposed to what you're doing, right? Why are you doing Transform 20? Why did you become a coach? Why? Because people purchase off emotions, not facts. That's science. Like, it is the absolute truth. And this all goes into the psychology of sales. But ask yourself that question first and foremost. If you're just saying facts, this is what I'm doing, and not sharing the emotion behind it, people will object right away. The second thing is you offer options, right? So I always start with the biggest option first, which is, generally speaking, a challenge pack. But if that doesn't happen, and let's say for reels, which I don't understand because people use credit cards all the time. I mean, I use credit cards to buy stuff when I hardly had any money, right? And I don't get that. But anyway, you don't want to force anybody away from you. So what you do is you start with the biggest package first, and then you can, okay, well, if you can do this, then can you do a subscription to Beachbody on the call today? That's right. So everybody listen to the National Wake Up Call today. And then there's the option of Clean Week, which I think we need to get better at using, especially for people that have price objections, because it gives them a sampling of Shakeology as well as Clean Week, the fitness program. So make sure you have an action plan when you talk to people. And one thing that I do that has really helped me in overcoming price objections is when I have this initial conversation with people, and I think I shared these scripts once, or not scripts, but the questions that I use is, before they even ask me about price, before they even get an opportunity to say a word, my first question is, what motivated you to reach out? And I don't let them ask me about price until I get their reason why, until they tell me their story. Once I have their story, I can go back to it and use it to overcome objections. Do you remember when you told me XYZ? Do you remember when you told me that your doctor, whatever it is, your doctor said that you were borderline obese, or that you might have to get on blood pressure medication? Because those are the things that emotionally connect people to the purchase. Make sense? So there's a lot. Please listen. I haven't heard it yet, by the way. Katie's a good friend of mine. You guys need to listen to her National Wake Up Call. Those are on TBB 411, or you could get it through the Coach Online office. How do you invite with the 3 a day? Okay, Lena, I don't understand the question. How do you invite with the 3 a day? Can you unmute and ask the question? Because I don't know. Where are you? Post 3, invite 3. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that is. 3 call to actions in IG stories. Someone help me. I don't know what that is. Maybe I just don't know the lingo. Christina, can you help?
Yeah, so I don't remember who the coach was. Tabitha actually talked to us about it, I think last week. But in your IG stories, there's opportunities where people need 3 call to actions in order to participate or to answer your polls on IG stories. So, you have something about Transform 20. Are you curious? Or is this something that interests you? And you put a poll question, yes, or I'm scared. And then you have a couple more stories. And then, you talk about a Snoop group that you have you're talking about Transform 20. And there's another invite there. Maybe this works better for you. I've done this before too. I like this idea better, or no, I'm still hesitant. And then you have a few more stories that come up, and then you have another poll question where you ask the question, okay, would you like more information, or I don't know, whatever the question would be. And then you have another poll question. People are more likely to answer that third poll question,
Got it.
that third call to action, than the first one. And I've seen that. I see that trend also. So you just have to be kind of on purpose with your stories for that day. Just plan it out, and then you're able to have those 3 call to actions. And you have to do it consistently. You have to do it regularly. It's just not going to happen in one day, because your IG stories, it makes sense. Okay, your IG stories are deleted after 24 hours. So it's something that you have to do repeatedly. So.
Okay, good. Okay, I was like, what am I missing? I don't understand what is going on here.
But I don't know which coach it was.
It was at a national wake-up call?
No, I think it was, maybe it was Amy Silverman's coach. I don't remember her name.
Oh, Brianna Henley.
Was it that one, Adri? Yes. Okay, yes.
Got it. Okay.
We talked about that.
So that particular strategy is a great one. And what I found with Instagram story, you guys, is you can really invite every day. Every day you can invite to something. Like today I was like, oh crap, I haven't invited, because over the weekend we had all this stuff going on, and I'm like, you guys want to do the free workout? Like invite to something. It doesn't matter. The whole purpose of Instagram and Instagram story is to just collect people and conversations, right? And let them evolve. Not everybody's going to be like, day one, I'm in. Maybe that person that wants that free workout joins in January. Or maybe that person that clicked yes for wanting more information isn't ready now, but they will be. Just collect conversations and collect emails and collect all of that you can using Instagram stories. I'm a big believer in inviting every day on Instagram stories to something, whether it's to a challenge group, to try a free workout, to watch my coaching video, tell my coaching story, whatever it is they are watching, and make it easy for them to reach out. So what I've realized is the easier it is for your person watching to reach out to you, whether it's drop a heart in the message below, or, you have to have the swipe, to have swipe up, you have to have 10,000 followers. So don't worry about that. Just tell them, drop a heart in the message below. Like, don't make it complicated. And then once you have the heart or the happy face or whatever, then you can start a conversation, right? A lot of people will tell you that the hardest thing that they've ever done is asking you for help. It's not easy for people to do that. They have to strip down their vulnerability. They have to come to terms that they can't do this by themselves. They have to rid themselves of all the preconceived notions of what we do and all that stuff to reach out. So the easier that you make it for them, and remember, sometimes you have to invite 6-7 times even to get a response. So just keep going. Just keep going. So Eric, yes, I want to connect with you at some point. So I'll reach out to you. Eric is killing it, by the way, everybody. Like, super killing it. He's Emerald, has hit Success Club 2 days in a row. It's like, what is he doing now? All right, let's see. I have a customer who's looking to focus with on band work. So, I mean, there's actually a few programs that can use the band, and some of you vets can help me out. I think T25, there's a person that uses bands. No? T25? Yeah, I think so. T25, you can use bands. I mean, Lift 4 comes with bands. You can do Lift 4 with bands. P90X3, another amazing program that you could do with bands. 21 Day Fix, you can strictly use bands. So really, there's like a whole slew of the programs that you cannot use weights and use bands with. Autumn said that you could do it with ADD Obsession. Nah, I don't agree with that statement. I think it's too difficult. But I think I agree with you, Eric, that doesn't show you, but since the moves are generally basic moves, like chest press and military and all that stuff, that you could use the bands. Whew, okay. All right, let's see. Where do you get the free workout for people to try? Is there a link in the tools? So yes, in the Coach Online Office, there is I think it's a Vimeo link that you can copy and send to those that want to try the workout, Brittany. And that's the I don't know if you guys have done it. I did it today because I was doing the full round of Transform 20. It's so good. Have you guys done the sample, how he walks you through the entire program in those 20 minutes? So anyone that gets that video, and even if they don't do it, they just watch it, they're going to know what Transform 20 is about. So that's it is so very good. If they already have a Beachbody On Demand subscription, I believe they can get it as well. I think it might be before the paywall, or I don't know. And if you guys know what I mean. But there is a Vimeo link in the Coach Online office that you can send to anyone that wants to try it for free. All right, where do you get the video? Okay. All right, you guys, I think we're done. I will post a recording for this. Like I said, just go. Just take action, set goals, make it happen. January, setting yourself up for January right now is super important. So really commit to Transform 20 or to whatever program that you're going to be doing, because it will pay off. January, let me just walk you through the year, right? Because I think it's important that all of you understand this. I've been doing this for 8 years. My vets will tell you. January, February, March, really great for business, right? People are hungry for fitness. People just are excited about this. April then starts to kind of get a little bit harder to get people to focus. And then like in May is when we start gearing up for a new launch, right? For the summit launch. So people start paying attention again. And then you have the summer rush, which is, oh my God, I can't wear a bathing suit and I need to shed 10, 15 pounds. Like, what can you do? Can you help me, right? Then the worst historically, there's 2 historical horrible months in our business that you guys are fighters and you fight through, because that's what we do, is the month kids go back to school. Oh my gosh, it's just horrible, right? But it doesn't matter. We keep working. So September, August, and going into September can be a little bit more challenging, right? Then you have October and November. Usually there's a new program that we have, which is the fall launch, so it's fine. And then November is like, wah, wah, because we're probably in the middle of launching the new January program, right? So that's the year. That's what you have to look forward to. If you understand these things, and you understand that some months are going to be a little bit better for business, some are going to be a little bit more challenging. We are in health and fitness, folks, right? This is what the business looks like all year round. It's like this. You stay focused, you stay committed, people will come around. You build trust, whether they're ready now or they're ready in 6 months. If you're there, you have a new customer in your business. All right, you guys, I will see you later. I hope this was helpful. I'll post a recording as soon as it's done. Oh, wait, you know what? Can we take a picture? Wait. Let me do this. Actually, let's do like a boomerang. Should we do a boomerang? Wait. Let's see. Okay, everybody, what do we do? Like, dance? Eric, are you going to dance for us? Are you going to dance? Okay, ready? Let's dance. 1, 2, 3. Woo! All right, cool. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Mwah.